So the global supply chain makes 1 billion movements per second. And it's very interesting to understand what these movements are and what impact they make, right?
Yeah, because we are heading into a society where we want to know what's our impact on Mother Nature, for everything we're actually doing, everything we're buying. So all the movements, are their carbon footprints? What kind of emissions do they have? We want to have insights in actually what our goods are doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's also by regulation getting more important to see which method of shipment is the most sustainable way, or if I need to ship it by airplane or by train or whatever is possible.
Yeah, and the more data we will have, the more insights you can give someone to make the right decision, actually.
Yeah, exactly. If you only look at this dot, how much data can you even think about, Every movement, every shipment, every container. Look at this containers, how much container there is.
That's why each container is actually a data point. Each box in a container is a data point. And each item in a container, in a box, is a data point. So what we're trying to do, of course, connect our API systems with all those kind of systems to track every piece that's actually in that container, where it comes from, where it goes. It's not only the container, but the little end product which is in the box, in the container.
And then with robotics, because I see those machines are moving without any help of people, or at least the robotics, These are all generating data. Even there is so much potential to make some conclusions to make it more efficient, more sustainable, better for the quality of life.
The whole idea is to gather all that scattered data and to reconcile it into one story, one logic, because when it's all parts connected to each other, you can do great things.
Yes, yeah, you can make it also more efficient, and I think it's also very important for fleet maintenance. So when is the best way to make another maintenance for such a big fleet,
So what we're seeing nowadays is a lot of companies, they have a lot of systems who's actually doing what they need to do, but the whole missing point where the system are interacting with each other.
Yes.
So the overall overview, what is actually happening throughout the whole supply chain. I can see what is happening with my shipment. I can see what's happening with my management. If you have an ERP, what's happening with my ERP. But what is actually happening on a global overview? What's happening with my movements?
Exactly. It's really important to aggregate all the data that is out there to really make it more sustainable and efficient, and even enable it to integrate it with new technologies such as AI, because when AI comes into this story, then all the calculation and measurements can be done by the AI instead of hiring a lot of data analysts and such.
Do you know how immense the data being processed every day in a supply chain actually is? We're talking here about terabytes of data every day.
Yeah, and then we also need to think about it's 24/7, because supply chain and value chain is 24/7. When it's mid-time here, it's daytime somewhere else, and then shipments and movements are being processed every second of the day.
Exactly. Actually, a lot of data is being captured. We're talking about here about terabytes of data. A lot of data is being captured. But what is being done with that data? A lot of it is being used for a single source, a single destination of that data.
And that is only the data that we capture. And then there's also a lot of data that's not being captured yet, because in the supply chain, people are still working with paper or even in their Excel. So it's out of the reach of
centralized
the
systems.
Yes.
So
exactly.
That's the power of centralized systems, no? You fetch the data from all those open systems, all those loose systems, and you combine them together to make one story out of the whole data package.
Yeah, COTIT 360 is really a huge solution. We have to be aware that we have to probably need to be located in many data centers.
Yeah, because the processing power is going to be tera to petabytes every day actually to process everything that's coming in and moving along the data stream.
A super exciting challenge for us.
It is.